You do also own this game. Did you play it for long, or did you play it like once and done?
I farmed it for cards, so I've got like 9 hours in this game, but I guarantee I played it for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Buyer's Remorse.
Hello, and welcome to Buyer's Remorse. I'm Darren.
I'm Justin.
On Buyer's Remorse, we take a look at each other's libraries and find a game that we bought that we haven't played yet. Hopefully pick out the real stinkers that we got in bundles for each other to play. Hopefully it's a horrible Buyer's Remorse that we have, but occasionally there's a Buyer's Confirmation that sneaks through, unfortunately. What did you play? What was it?
I played a game called Orbiz.
I farmed this for cards.
Did you not play it at all?
I played it for a bit. I hated it.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated it.
This is from, I think it's called Anomen Studio.
Okay.
It's from back in 2017. It is $16 a base, but no way I paid that. I'm sure I got it in a bundle somewhere, but I couldn't find exactly where it was. It says there are 2 reviews, but clearly there's more. So this is another time where I don't understand how the numbers work with Steam. All of the reviews seem to be early release, which seems weird.
Okay. So maybe a game that's been abandoned or something like that?
I don't know. I will say this, the controller is strongly recommended on the store page. That may have been part of your issue, I don't know. You do also own this game. Did you play it for long, or did you play it like once and done?
I farmed it for cards, so I've got like 9 hours in this game, but I guarantee I played it for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I was like, right, I'm not playing this anymore, I'm done. Just let the cards come through, because I think there's 9 cards to collect in it or something stupid like that as well.
In the game, you can choose a character. Each character has a different strength. So a +1 to ammo, +1 to damage, +1 to speed, or +1 to health. The maps are basically tiny planets. They're just these spheres that you walk around. They have, at least the early ones, look like a suburban area with picket fences and houses, but also like a missile launcher at times. You're basically trying to destroy what are called spawners. They're glowing barrels and boxes, I guess, like a pile of these things where zombies spawn out of, or these enemies spawn out of. You have different pickups along the way. You have boxes of ammo and health. You have melee weapons like a nailed hammer, axe, electric guitar. You've got range weapons like crossbow, revolver, shotgun, rocket launcher. I did get that one right towards the end. As you're running around the planet, you move the planet around in a way. So you're always in the center, but the planet moves around you.
Yeah, planet treadmill.
On level 1, there are 3 of these spawners. Level 2, there are 4, and then you get a boss fight. The boss is somewhat random. There is a zombie wrestler. There is a zombie spider. I think they call it zombie rantula or something like that. And there was a zombie cyclops that has laser vision or laser destruction, basically. You have to get out of the way. The spider will drop eggs, which have more spiders that come out. The wrestler has little glowing wrestlers that I think explode if they get too close to you. You have a health bar with not much health. You have pickups that basically, if you walk over them, you pick them up, which can be a bit irritating if you have a weapon you like and you accidentally pick up a weapon you don't like.
Can you not swap back?
You can. You have to walk back through, though, and you have the many zombies and spiders and things swarming around you. And that's basically the game. Right. I never got to the end, but I got through. After about the first half hour, I think I got a pretty good idea of how it worked.
This is a co-op game as well, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Did you manage to play it with anybody?
No, I just played it by myself. I think it would actually be much better with other people, especially if everything remains the same as far as the number of spawners that you need to destroy and the boss levels if they don't have more health than normal. So I've made it through, I think, all of the bosses at some point. Well, this first area of bosses, because after you get through the first 2 plus boss level, then you get to Chinatown. And Chinatown, the whole planet is full of explosives. So I did not make it very far. There's also the issue of between levels. You will find that you do not gain any health or ammo or anything between levels. So whatever you have is what you are stuck with.
Wow. But there's health pickups and stuff, yeah?
There are. And there's ammo pickups. You get a lot of those when you destroy a spawner.
Okay.
But you can also get them sometimes from just destroying the stuff in the area, like the fences or a car or something.
So did you find yourself ever hurting, in need of ammo or anything like that?
Constantly. Constantly. At the same time, though, I think that my favorite character of the 4 would be the one who had the best speed, because then you can move out of bad situations quickly.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. You just die and start over, die and start over, die and start over. In that first hour, had enough time to play all 4 characters, make it through the bosses I don't know how many times to Chinatown, and that's pretty much it. It's a lot of button smashing. You get both melee and ranged. I don't really like the way a lot of the ranged ones feel.
Mm-hmm.
The shotgun is nice, but it takes a long time to shoot, and there's sort of a kick to it that I don't like, but at the same time, I think it's the best weapon.
How was the
in
rocket
game.
launcher?
Didn't get to play it that much because that I found in Chinatown, and I usually died pretty quick because of all the explosions, and because I just finished a boss fight and didn't get any more health.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to make it very difficult.
So,
Again,
how are you supposed to do Chinatown then if it's just like you're surrounded by explosives?
I'm not really sure. I think that would be something that might play a bit better with friends.
Right.
I think if you could do I think you can even have all 4 people playing. If you could have 4 people playing, this could be a really fun party game. And I think that it could be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad game, but it's not an exciting game. The look isn't very good as far as like your characters on the screen, and the world itself. It looks fine, but it's not graphically pleasing in any way.
Just like kind of cartoonish, isn't it?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, I'm confused. So in the Chinatown level, if you blow up one of the boxes, does it set off like a chain reaction and then you just like get blown to smithereens?
I think so. I really didn't make it long in those worlds because, again, I'd be mostly dead from the boss fight. And then it would just take one thing to catch me and I was dead.
Ah, right. Okay, gotcha. Who would you even recommend this to then? Like, not me. Like, I've done my time with this.
Your 10 minutes?
My 10 minutes plus 9 hours of farming.
I really just think that I would recommend it to people who like this kind of party game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a great zombie game. I wouldn't even recommend it to people like zombies because the enemies could be anything.
Right, sure.
They could just be floating
Hamsters.
pyramids or something. And it wouldn't mean anything, right?
Right. And it doesn't sound like it's a good single-player game.
It's okay. I think people like really challenging stuff like this. People who like the old school Atari arcade games might like this kind of thing because it's tons of enemies, get through this level, get to the next level, which is practically the same, but has one more thing to destroy, get to the next one. I think that's who this is really aimed at, but I think that's kind of us, and we've kind of moved on from that. So I'm not sure who it would really be for. I think it's a fun thing to try out as a group. On my own, it gets very repetitive and just frustrating.
Right, right. Yeah, so what would you tag it with then?
I think I'd tag it as button smash, party game, definitely, and probably just difficult.
Is it really that hard, yeah?
Well, it felt like it to me, but I'm not good at boss fights, and that might be part of the issue. But part of the issue as well is your perspective. So take, for example, the Cyclops with that laser eye.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that it attacks anything that's below it, but I wasn't really sure.
Okay, so...
So you kind of have to, I think, run around it when it's shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it looks like it's shooting way higher than you, it's not. And I think just any sort of game where you, between levels, don't get any sort of benefit. You don't get any health replenished. You don't get any ammo. That's difficult.
Right. Yeah, that does sound like a nightmare. I mean, surely you should get the reward for finishing the boss fight and losing all your lives or your energy is get it all back so you can continue. Are there continues in the game?
When you continue, you start back at the beginning.
Hey.
You just don't have to pick a new character. You save yourself that.
Okay.
10 seconds or whatever.
Okay.
I'm just a little surprised that you didn't like this, given how much you like Vampire Survivors.
Oh man, Vampire Survivors, that's...
This seems a similar style game, but on a different kind of map.
Right, okay.
And you control everything. The thing with Vampire Survivors, as I understand it, is it's a lot of... It does it itself.
Yeah, all you do is move the character around. Yeah, Vampire Survivors is... I've got 80 hours in Vampire Survivors so far. Fantastic game. But was this a fantastic game?
I would say in an hour, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
If I had to play this for 10 hours, I'd be going a bit nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really mine. I think 1 hour was fine, unless I have somebody to play with. That 1 hour is all I'm going to do. So I would say, just for trying it out, 1 hour, that's a confirmation.
Buyer's confirmation.